After Adam and Eve sinned, God gave them clothes and made an important promise. The seed of Eve would one day come and crush the head of the tricky old serpent. Then and there, God started a rescue plan that would save God's people. Let's fast forward now, past Cain and Abel, past Noah's Ark, past the Tower of Babel, to Abram, who would later be known as Abraham. Abram lived in a city called Ur, and God spoke to him one day, and he told Abram to take his wife and family and leave Ur to go to a land that God would show him. It was a land of promise. God told Abram that he would give him that nation to be his own. Abram trusted and obeyed God. He left even though he didn't know where he was going. God promised Abram that he would give him a son. I'm sure that seems strange to Abram because Abram was very, very old. In the eyes of the world and the people around him, both Abram and his wife were way too old to have children. But Abram believed the promise of God. But time passed as he lived in Canaan, the land that was promised to him, and nothing happened. Abram just grew older. But God had not forgotten Abram. He showed Abram the stars one night and asked Abram to count the stars. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear, there were just way too many to count. God told Abram that his family would be more numerous than the stars in the sky. So God made his promise again that Abram would have many children. More time passed and nothing happened. Once again, God visited Abram and changed Abram's name to Abraham because it meant father of many. God told Abram that within the year, his wife Sarah would have a child, and from that child would come kings, and through Abraham, the whole world would be blessed. Now, Abraham was 99 years old and wrinkly. He probably walked with a cane, and Sarah wasn't much younger. So when Sarah heard this, she laughed, and God heard. But God would have the last laugh. 1 year later, their son Isaac was born. Isaac means laughter. Through Isaac, God began to work his rescue plan, teaching Abraham's family about his character. And God showed them that he could be trusted. God caused them to write his very word down in the books we call the Bible. God kept his promises. He grew the family of Abraham into a great nation, and kings came from this nation. King David, King Solomon, and others. But these kings were not the one true king. So they wanted for the one who would be Emmanuel, God in flesh. And God fulfilled his ultimate promise, his really big promise, and brought his one and only son that whoever should believe in him and trust in him, those people wouldn't perish, but would have eternal life. That they would get to eat of the tree of life from which they had been separated. And so God would fulfill his promise to bring those who were separated from him near to him once again.